You were telling me earlier, babes, that one of your, I guess, flute teachers was a real see you next Tuesday.
For lack of a better term. She was very cutthroat and at times very discouraging, I would say. And she was a perfectionist, I think.
And you made some interesting points, but I also felt like you said some stuff that you were referencing advice that she gave you that sounded pretty on point to me too.
Well, it's one of those things where you really had to be there because, yeah, I could tell you my side of the story, but you really had to be there to hear the interaction between the both of us because she said it out of nowhere. Like, I didn't even expect it. And it wasn't like she said it. To me, it sounded like she said it like, yeah, you're not cut out for this, but never really gave me a reason, only saying, well, you're not at the level that I want you to be in. And I should have asked her this question because in my mind, I was so mad. I was thinking, well, aren't you supposed to be the one to get me to that level? Because that's what teachers are supposed to do, right? They're supposed to give you the tools or give you the steps to make it to get yourself to that level, or at least on your way to that level. And she just did not. And this was like at the beginning of fall term, like the very beginning of my career there, my college career there. So it's not like she's been working with me for years as well. So it's like one of those things where you actually had to be there to hear all of it.
But you did not take the advice that she gave you.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I did not. But when I got my new flute, she did compliment me and say, wow, you sound like a totally different person. So I had to give her credit for that. But she also claimed that she doesn't believe that I could ever play a sonata, and I did. I did play a sonata.
You were joking around with me this morning saying that she's probably dead and in the bad place.
No, you said that.
Okay.
No, you're the one who wished bad things on her.
I know, I was just saying time has passed on by, and that's probably what happened. And I could have sworn it was you who said that, though.
No, that was you.
I could be wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. It's you.
So basically, the Portland Flute Society was having an event. We were listening in for part of it, and you said, I wonder if my ex-flute teacher can hear this. And I could have thought you followed it up with, she's probably hearing it from the bad place.
No, you said that.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was a webinar, and it was called Calming the Performance Anxiety Beast. And the first couple of hours seemed more like mindfulness-based stuff.
Which Alana hates.
It's not my thing. It's not something I want to get into. But, and that. But then the hour that we listened to, at least the last hour, it was more like how we feel when we're about ready to perform, how children see performing, where they're more uninhibited and they don't care who they perform for because they're so excited they want to do whatever to make their teacher happy. And as adults, we're thinking about the notes, our tone, fingerings, where our position is on the flute, and we were thinking about all of that, and we're not relaxed.
Yeah, I gotta say something real quick.
What's that?
I'm beginning to hate it, especially when I hear New Age people talking about like the brilliance that children just naturally have. And I think the reason is because if you ever see any of these people around kids, 9 times out of 10, they get really stressed out with the behavior the kids are doing. But yet, when it's convenient for them, they'll say, oh, children are just naturally good at this thing. And when we become adults, we lose that. But partially, we lose that because of people like you who just, can't take spending any time around kids.
I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's what they were trying to say. I think they were trying to say that, I think there's some truth to it, because when I was a kid, for example, I used to sing all the time. I would sing in the car. I would sing with music, whatever.
Right. But
I wasn't finished.
Okay.
I heard you talk for a minute. When I got older, I lost interest in singing. I didn't really care about it. It wasn't something I wanted to pursue.
Okay, so how many of these people who are on the webinar today talking about how great kids are would be thrilled to spend time with a 5-year-old who's playing the flute and hitting all the wrong notes? Like, that sounds good for a couple of minutes, but they're not going to want to spend an entire day like that.
Look, we're not talking about if they like being around kids. We're talking about how they are when they are wanting to perform, when they're asked to perform. I mean, this is what it's about. They're talking about performance. They're not talking about how it is spending their time around kids.
I hear you, but something that kept coming up and up was how great kids are because they don't subscribe to these rules that society has in place. And yet, I doubt any of these people would really want to spend a lot of time with kids because of the behavior that they were just, putting them on a pedestal for.
No, I don't think that's what they were getting at. I think that's what, they were giving their idea that I think what I got out of it is that kids, and I think and that's how it was for me. If you ask them to do something, if you ask them, "Hey, could you please play the solo for me?" or could you please play whatever it is, like this note, they'll do it because they want to do it. They think it's fun. It's not, they never mentioned anything about, oh, they're so great they'll do anything, right? It's to me it was like, oh, getting them to enjoy playing it. For them it's fun, but adults see it differently if they've been playing it for years. So I think that's what they were trying to say. It wasn't like, oh, I love spending time with kids or whatever. I kind of think maybe I think I don't know. I think every time that you talk about kids, it makes you cringe.
No, because these people are, I feel,
Mm-hmm.
let me rephrase that people who oftentimes talk about the miracle of children are the same type of people who get really annoyed whenever they have to spend time around kids because kids don't follow the rules because they don't know how to. But yet they'll talk about how great it is that kids, don't know the rules. Because it's easy to say something's great when you're not around it all the time. Listen, and this is Rick's perception of things, and I don't know if any of that made sense.
No, well, I mean, that's not what I got from what they were saying.
That's fair.
That's not exactly what I got from what they were saying. I was looking at it from a performance perspective because I saw a lot of myself in what they were saying. When I was in 7th grade and I started playing the flute, I didn't care if my band director asked me to play my solo in front of people, in front of the class, because that's something I wanted to do. I was learning it. I was excited. But when I get older, I get very nervous when I know that I've worked really hard on a piece and I don't want to mess up the piece. I don't want to mess up what I just worked on so long. That's what I got out of it.
Okay. Well, we're allowed to, I guess, receive different messages.
Yeah, but yours is wrong.
I don't think so.
I mean, not wrong, but I mean, I know it's your perspective, but that's not basically what I got out of it.
It's easy for me to rag on these flutists, right? But I think that's like a bigger symptomatic thing in our society is people talk about the greatness of kids, and half the time it's people who don't have kids, or if they do, they're the ones who are putting the stress on them.
Because they're letting the stress get to them. And kids are going to be stressful, but that's what grown-ups are there. That's why grown-ups are there to discipline these kids, because they need discipline.
Right, but how are these kids learning these bad lessons that you claim are anti to what they come into the world for? They're learning it because they're putting discipline on them. But parents will talk about, oh, it's so great, my kid just plays for hours, and then they break that habit because the parents make them break that habit.
Well, parents will say any kind of nice thing about their kids, right? Sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not true.
I agree with that, yeah.
Okay, so you would agree with me on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether they're telling their kids to break their habits, because some kids are really driven and some kids are not so disciplined, and some kids really want to work on their discipline. So it's hard to say that put kids in a general category like that.
Right, but I'm more talking about the parents. they want it both ways. They want to use like the freedom of childhood to make a point and sound great on a Zoom call. But when they're behind the scenes with kids, they try to suppress that. Listen, choose one side or the other. I don't care what side you choose. I'm just saying, to me, it seems very hypocritical.
I don't know how you can make that statement when you don't know these women.
Right, but I know people.
I know, but these are women that you've never met, and you only have your perspective because you don't like kids.
I know, I like kids.
Or you don't want to.
They're great.
Really?
Yeah. Ow! You made me laugh. Hey, put in my armpit. Oh, is it armpit time?
No.
Oh,
I wanted to see if you were awake.
oh, hold on. Hey, get up. Get up. Hey, time to get up. Get up now.
Okay, that's enough.
Tickle first?
Tickle.
All right, give me a kiss.
Whoosh.
Oh my goodness, you just squeezed my nose.
I did. It's cute. A cute nose.
I like kids. I like my nephew.
Yeah, but that's just one child.
Oh my goodness. I mean, we just use the flute people as an example, but you're supposed to be excited every time you're around kids, and it's supposed to add to the value of your day. And I remember that I think that was your iPad.
No, because my backpack isn't in here.
Oh, hold on. Mine's going off. Shit. Okay, we're still recording. All right, you've made me drop my iPad. But anyways.
I did not.
Okay, well, let's get... Yeah, you did, because you tickled my armpit.
Mm.
No. That's my impression of you. A couple years ago, I was talking to my workout buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd hanged out with some people who were like shocked that I wasn't just super excited to talk about kids all day. And these were like adults.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling my workout buddy, maybe there's something wrong with me. Like, I'm really excited to hang around my nephew. He was, smaller at the time. I think it was like 4 or 5. And other kids are okay, but I don't like get super excited talking about how I'm going to hang out with other little kids. And he said, oh yeah, no, Rick, that's called being normal.
I know. I can admit that there are times where when my cousins would come over and they were really young, I wasn't always like jumping all the time to see them, like jumping at the chance to see them sometimes, because yeah, kids can get into your stuff. Kids can move stuff around, and eventually I get over it. I get over it when I hang around the kids, but like I said, kids are naturally like that. They're not that innocent, really, and parents and other authority figures have to teach them that you don't just tear papers. You don't just like go into people's rooms and ransack their bedrooms, or you don't just like go into people's cabinets, and that's why they need to be disciplined. And there are kids that are really disciplined, and there are kids that are not. So there were times where my little cousins would come over when I was younger, and I didn't always like it, but I got over it.
Obviously, I accept that, but it's more adults' reactions to kids, to where whenever a kid thing comes up, they always have to pretend it's the greatest thing. But it's also, too, it's not just with how kids behave. If you've noticed now, babes, adults have to pretend like they're super into kids' movies. If you ever bring up Disney with an adult, they'll pretend that they make like the greatest movies of all time now.
What I don't understand is why do some adults watch... I get it if they're watching with their kids or their nieces because it's on.
Yeah.
Or if you like that stuff, but there are some adults that are like, oh yeah, I'm still watching it, and I'm thinking, your kids are not little anymore. Why do you keep watching that?
You don't have to watch Disney.
No, like they'll watch it on their own. They'll watch it on their own. It's not like they're watching it with their kids. I knew someone that did that, and I'm thinking to myself, look, I don't do that. That's kind of weird.
When I hear that, my mind goes to developmentally delayed.
Yeah, I'm just like, no. I'm not watching. I mean, it's one thing if you watch something because you're nostalgic about it, but if you're watching like new episodes of whatever cartoon it is, it's like, no.
Yeah, and again, if you have little kids in your life, that's different. Like I'd watch kids shows with my nephew. I totally get that. But if it's just you as an adult in your home,
I know, I don't get that.
Yeah.
I've talked to people like that, and it's like, you're an adult and you watch that, that's not something I would admit to anybody.
Yeah, but once in a while I'll check out a kids movie just because I'll forget that adults just say stuff. So if like a bunch of people say this kids movie is really good, I might sit down and watch it, but then usually I end up regretting it. The sole exception I think is Coco. Like that legit is an excellent movie.
I thought Frozen was a good movie.
I haven't seen Frozen.
Oh, I liked it. I mean, the I didn't see the second one. I wasn't interested in it, but the original one was good.
But for the most part, I think Disney and Pixar movies are overrated. The reason is because adults just can't say this is good for a kids movie. They have to make it seem like every Pixar film is the best thing since sliced bread.
I don't know if that's true either.
Oh.
I think that's another Rick perspective.
It's a good one though.
Not really.
I think people would benefit from hearing my perspective on things because it's honest. Because I'm honest, boy. You want a tickle?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I do that. Okay.
All right, give me a kiss.
So we listened to about 3 hours of it, and I
would have gone all day.
I would have gone all day, but I just think that we have other stuff to do, and I want to do this.
We got to watch, some great Disney movies so we can, talk about them later.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. Bad joke. Did not land.
But ooh, you're like clean shaven.
I am. For the most part. Yeah. When I was in the shower this morning, I shaved my face.
You did?
Yeah.
But so far what I heard I liked, but I didn't. I just felt like I didn't really want to sit and listen for the whole entire time because I just got a new phone yesterday.
That's right, an iPhone 12. You said?
I think we can check it later on, but I think it's like an SE something, iPhone 12 SE something.
I don't know, but we're gonna put in the SIM card and hook it up for Jaylo.
Yeah, and transfer all my stuff on the iPad to my phone.
Copy it. It's
gonna be interesting because, like I've told you in private, I'm not used to phones that don't have buttons that I push.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not used to a touchscreen phone, so it's gonna be an experience.
There will be a period of adjustment.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna really like it. I especially think you're going to enjoy using the Bard app on the iPhone because you can just stick it in your pocket and listen to a book that way.
Yeah, it's great because with the iPad, I have to sit there.
Yeah, I mean, I can fit my iPad in my pocket, but it takes a little bit of work. Mm-hmm. That's one feature I think you're going to enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, accessing podcasts. I know you're not a podcast person, though. You should get into them.
I'm not really.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
I could listen to YouTube.
You know what I've been getting into this week, babes, as far as podcast goes? Mm-hmm. When Kyle from Secular Talk was on Joe Rogan last week, I know these are two names you've never heard me bring up before.
Oh, every single time during every podcast episode.
Oh my goodness.
Almost every podcast episode, it's like Kyle from Secular Talk.
I do love Secular Talk.
And Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan's gone downhill a little bit. Sometimes I think he goes into these like really weird right-wing rants. But so the show isn't as good as it used to be, but I'll still check it out on occasion and really enjoy it. But anyways, Kyle recommended a podcast called The Blowback. Mm-hmm. I've only heard a few episodes, but it's basically about the Iraq War and the people behind it. Mm-hmm. And it's really good. So one thing, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, that I really hate that Democrats are doing is trying to recontextualize the image of George W. Bush as just a nice old man. And they don't talk about the fact that he was against gay rights. He got us into these huge wars that we didn't need to go into, and so many other things. Tax cuts for the rich. But this podcast is very much like talking about, these were horrible people. This is the justification, that type of thing. At least that's what it seems like so far.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you something.
What?
Not to get political, but I do sometimes.
You do a lot.
How do you feel, because it drives me crazy, But what's your take on when people from the left,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the glaring examples would be like Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi,
Uh-huh.
even though I think of them as more centrist, but the media would consider them lefts. When people from the left try to make folk heroes out of right-wing villains like the Cheneys or the Bushes.
Well, what I think is really interesting is that I don't like it when it's the other way around, where the Cheneys and the Bushes will team up with those people.
Okay.
So you don't like it from their perspective, but I don't like it from. I don't like it. The Cheneys and the Bushes would sell themselves out, and they have already sold themselves out. They're Republican sellouts, is what I'm trying to say, and I get annoyed when that happens.
To me, one of the most cringe pieces of footage out there was on the anniversary of January 6th, where they had all those Democrats, I think in Congress, who lined up to shake the hands of Liz Cheney and her father, Dick. That was disgusting to me.
I don't like the Cheneys as much as you don't, because I'm learning a lot about them already. But the fact that they would sell themselves short and hang out with people that don't represent their party, and they would just they're sellouts. I mean, just like John Kasich from Ohio, when he was running for president, a sellout. And he thought more like a Democrat than a Republican. And I would say that about any Republican that I felt was not representing their own party.
See, that's what's so interesting to me, babes, is you think of people going that way, and I think of people like Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi as being more like Republicans and Democrats. And when I saw, it's easy to go to that one piece of footage where Nancy Pelosi was shaking hands with Liz Cheney and with her dad, and a bunch of other Democrats were doing the same thing. When I saw that, I thought to myself, I might have to think about voting Republican. Because if our elected officials aren't going to fight the system. Now, granted, that thought did not last forever, but it was a thought that crossed my mind when I saw that footage.
There are other people coming to the Republican that are just as much as just as tired as the both of us, with Democrats trying to make nice with establishment people in the Republican Party, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I know you see it a different way, but I think we're both tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's ridiculous. It's just these people should just get out already.
And here's the deal. It would be one thing if there was an issue where both parties could come together to help the people. Whenever you hear mainstream media talking about, and again, I'm picking on her, but let's say Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell.
She's easy to pick on.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. We'll also pick on Mitch McConnell for a second.
Good.
Whenever you hear the media saying Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell were talking about something, even though one's in the Senate and one's in Congress.
Well, she's not there anymore. She retired.
Oh, good. But
good.
When you hear about that and they say something like, they're working together on this bill, the media will phrase it as, oh, they're going to do such good things for the country.
No, they won't.
But you know what that means.
Yeah.
You know what that means when Democrats and Republicans are on lockstep on an issue.
Yeah.
It means that issue is going to benefit the 1% of the country, and everybody else is going to get screwed.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. It's not the coming together singing Kumbaya type of scenario.
Like the media would like you to believe.
No, it's not. It's not, because people are going to have different opinions. The problem is that Liz Cheney and her dad are willing to go to the other side of the aisle, which doesn't benefit really anybody in the Republican Party or the Democrat Party. I think it's disgusting. I think you're right.
But outside of that, they're both disgusting people. If you look at Liz Cheney and her dad.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And listen, I know this makes me sound very conspiratorial. As we know, I think that Trump lost the 2020 election. Having said that, the idea that Dick Cheney would talk about we need open, fair elections, when you look at what happened in Florida in 2000, is kind of ridiculous.
Well,
to put it nicely.
I heard. Oh! By the way, you know that guy that remember when Dick Cheney said I accidentally shot my friend?
Harry. Yep.
Well, Harry just recently died.
No way. Really?
Yeah, I forgot what his name was.
Did Cheney shoot him again or what?
No, he died. He got sick. And
Yeah,
he
his name's
died.
Harry.
Harry something.
Yeah.
He died like, I think it might have been a couple weeks ago or so.
I did not know that.
Harry something. I forgot what it was. And
Yep.
I'm like, wow.
Well, I would say rest in peace, but he was friends with the war criminal, so rot in peace, Harry.
It's possible
You will
that
not be missed.
he probably wasn't friends with him after that.
No, I think they remain friends.
Really?
If I remember the story right, babes, and, double check on all this, I think Harry apologized to Dick Cheney for being in the way of the bullet.
I don't understand that.
Well, Dick Cheney was vice president at the time. And had a lot of influence on this country.
I heard that there were jokes about his shooting abilities and things like that. Like it was a big joke.
Maybe. I wasn't really watching late night TV.
But I wasn't. I mean, I was hearing it over the news, but I wasn't really into the story. I just heard that he accidentally shot one of his friends, and that was that.
Yeah. Well, good on him.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad Harry's dead. If it was natural causes.
Oh my goodness.
Seriously, if you're going to hang out with a war criminal.
Yeah, but
we don't need you.
Yeah, but were they really friends? Because I don't think I would be. I don't know if I would be friends with someone who, quote unquote, accidentally shot me.
They were on a hunting trip together.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they stayed in contact after that, but this was well past the time when we knew that Dick Cheney was evil. I think this was in like the summer of 2005, if I'm remembering it correctly. So, But what do I know, babes?
I know. What do you know?
The answer is a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
You know a lot about some things, but other things you don't.
But anyways, the Blowback podcast is pretty good.
Okay.
So far. I mean, it sounds a little bit too overproduced, but in this case, because they're talking about a specific event, I'm willing to roll with it.
Okay.
Last night, Jaylo,
Yep.
a friend texted me and said that there was a new episode of Hardcore History.
Oh, really? 5 hours, you said?
Yep, 5 hours, 10 minutes.
5 hours long.
I really want you to check out the show. I do think that you would like it.
It doesn't ramble on for 5 hours?
He tells a story, like, I might have told you this before, but I think of it as kind of like a hybrid of an audiobook and a regular podcast.
Huh.
I think the way Dan Carlin does it is really well done.
So it doesn't sound like it's some kid from high school talking about what I wrote on my history report.
No, so Dan Carlin used to be a reporter, and I think that he had a radio talk show out in Eugene for a number of years.
Wow.
So he knows how to, like...
Because he's from Oregon.
I think he's from actually LA.
Okay.
But he lives in Eugene now.
Oh, wow.
He knows how to captivate an audience, and he's really interested in history.
Huh.
In fact, I was reading on Wikipedia, apparently his mom got an Oscar nomination back in the early 60s because she was an actress. I forget her name, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think he told me that.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would have said.
Yeah, I think he told me that. I don't know what her name was either.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. It wasn't Helen Hayes, was it? No. No, Helen Hayes is a different actress.
Okay.
I think I told you I knew someone in 8th grade who was related to her.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. I knew somebody in middle school. I don't know if this is true, but he said that he was related to James Garfield.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, everybody's related to somebody who with some notoriety, I think. Because I mean, it's known out there that I'm loosely related to Peter Coleman, who was the first senator of Western Samoa.
Yeah, but you met him too.
Yeah, is it governor or senator?
Governor, because I did some research on it.
Yeah, and oddly enough, he was a Republican. Now, granted, the Republican Party was different years ago, but yeah, he was a Republican.
Different in Western Samoa.
Yeah, and I imagine it was different in Western Samoa too. But I'm loosely related to Peter Coleman, and I had dinner with him once when I was a little kid.
Were you at a restaurant?
No, we were at his house.
Okay.
My mom and I went back to Hawaii because he was living there. So basically, Peter Coleman, he's no longer alive. He was my mom's uncle.
Oh, wow.
And so we went over to his house to have dinner. And you could tell that this dude, even though he was older at the time, was a really good speaker. This is maybe 2 or 3 years before he died.
Yeah, wow.
But so that's like my claim to fame as far as
and
relatives
he's your grandma's
goes.
brother.
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, so he's your grandma's brother.
Yep,
right?
yep.
Interesting.
If I got that right, but he's a family relative. But he's
Wow.
dead now. He died in the 90s, though.
Yeah, I remember you told me that, yes.
I think in like 97.
I remember you mentioned that to my mom, and she's like, really?
Oh, did she say that? I don't even remember saying that to you.
Yeah, I remember that you mentioned it to my mom, I think.
Yeah, and she knew who he was.
I think so.
Nice.
I think she did. Or at least I don't remember, actually. I remember you telling her, and she's like, oh, wow, really?
Yeah. That usually doesn't, get me very far in life. It's not like I can go to a restaurant and say, I know you want me to pay this bill, but I have a relative named Peter Coleman, so I'm just going to skip out on the check.
My goodness. It wasn't as bad as your one friend saying, oh, I didn't have enough money, and the waitress pays for his meal.
Oh my God, that was so embarrassing.
I would be embarrassed too. I would be like, I will never go out to eat with you ever again.
This was like a couple weeks after my mom dies. And, I'm isolated and this was, a few years before COVID, but it's a lot to deal with, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I get together with a couple friends. There used to be downtown, there was this great place that was like a Thai/Chinese restaurant on like 8th and Yamhill, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I could have that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But we went there. We eat the food, and it comes time to pay. And my friend looks at the waitress and says to her, do you just want to pay for my meal? She laughs and pays for it. And like a month later, that place closed down.
And his reasoning was he didn't have enough money?
I don't know what he said to her as far as like reasoning. I don't think he did rationalize it to her.
That's insane. Yeah. She should not have had to pay for his meal.
No.
And I think it's even more insane that the same person will go to a Starbucks and bring food.
Or to Chipotle.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed.
Did he go to Chipotle?
This was before you and I met.
What happened?
We meet up at Chipotle, and I order a burrito because I'm thinking, well, we're at a restaurant, and I know Chipotle is an evil corporation, but I like their burritos. I ain't gonna lie. We sit down, and he pulls out a plate of food that he had brought from home, and he starts eating it, and he's like, Rick, is this embarrassing to you? Yes, it is.
It is embarrassing. It's like, what's the point in bringing food when you're only going to eat that, and you're not going to eat any of the food there? It's like, or at least grab something to drink. Pay for something to drink, but don't bring your food. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's kind of like if you go to somebody's house and they're offering you food and they're like, oh, no, thank you, and you bring your own food. Isn't that embarrassing?
Yes.
Like
the restaurant thing, I think, is more embarrassing.
It is more embarrassing, yeah. It's not like you're bringing, but then if it's like if you go to somebody's house and they're offering you food and they told you that you don't have to bring food, but you bring food anyway, but it's not for them, it's for you.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous.
I would agree with you.
The last time, I remember when we met with a couple of your friends at Starbucks and the same person brought food. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you here? Go eat your food at home.
He's a good guy, by the way.
He's a very nice guy, just kind of a little weird.
All of my friends are kind of out there, but I am too. Yes.
Yeah. I'm surprised that I did not get so influenced by mine growing up, because some of them were just the Kip Kinkle thing. And
one of Alana's friends was really attracted to Kip Kinkle.
Both of them were.
She had two friends who thought he was hot.
And one of them was so attracted to him, whatever, I don't know. I think they were watching some kind of documentary painting him in a good light, even though he killed his parents and stayed with them in the house while they were dead. Really sick. But the one of them wanted to visit him in prison.
Was that girl who was like super sexually active?
Yeah, that
in the
one.
blind community?
Yeah, that one.
Who of course I never met, even though we were around the same age.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to.
No, not now, babe. She's probably disease ridden. But back in the days,
I know she was because when she went to school with me, I heard a story that she went staggering into the nurse's office and she found out that she got an STD. So.
Oh, see, but maybe I could have hit it back in the day.
No, you wouldn't want to get with her.
Oh, not now, but I'm saying.
No, you wouldn't want to that day. She was really depressed.
Oh.
She was a Wiccan.
That's super weird, but I mean, I'm talking about hitting it and quitting it.
No, you wouldn't want it.
Oh.
No. She was already used.
Wow.
Before you would have come along.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's the kind of person you wouldn't have wanted to get with.
Oh, good.
She had her own issues. She was a nice girl, but she was very troubled, and staying with her family was, for a few days was okay, but it was very, very crazy.
You stayed there because just to clarify, you were going to some event and her family, there was like a lot of kids and many of them had issues and all that stuff.
Let me think here. In the family, I believe there were 8 kids.
That's insane.
And they were all adopted.
Except for her, right?
No, she was adopted too.
Oh, she was. Why did I think that she was like super white?
No. They were white too. Her parents were white, but they adopted 2 white kids, and most of the kids they adopted were black.
She was black then? For some reason I thought
she was white.
Okay.
No, her and the oldest boy were both white.
Gotcha, but they were adopted.
Yeah, and the rest of the kids were adopted too.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. A lot of them had problems. Like one of the little girls was a crack baby.
Oh.
Overall they were good kids, but they had like a lot of problems. That was the same family who she had a brother that was very much abused physically and sexually
before he got to yeah.
Because I think they adopted him when he was 3. So he already experienced a lot of trauma before getting there. And then they dropped him off at Idaho. I mean, this is a story I've been hearing. They dropped him off at Idaho to this hospital, and they never came back from it.
Yeah, and you heard that story afterwards. Like, you weren't, like, involved in the
No, I wasn't, no. I heard it. I can't remember who even told me that, but wow. I'm like, that is so sad.
Yep.
That is so sad that they could not help him, and they just gave up on that kid, because... and I don't think, I mean, yeah, her parents were married, but her dad was also very physically abusive.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And they just couldn't...
Whoa. I need to figure out what time that was because I have to edit that out.
Okay, let me...
All right, that was like 38 minutes in.
Okay, let me clarify and say that really quick. Parents were married, dad was physically abusive, and I think stuff started really going downhill for my friend, like, since she was 10.
Nice.
Okay, sorry about that. I totally slipped.
That's going to be hell to edit out, especially since I'm still having issues with Audacity.
Well, you're going to have to.
I know, babes. Especially with all the details you gave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me show you this and her name and...
no, I didn't mean to say that.
And let me see. Let me check her home address. And I'll
no, I don't even know where this person is.
Okay, but I think I have a phone number. And...
Oh, that was a mistake. Okay.
All right.
Hey, you said somebody's information.
I've slipped before. I have.
I have too.
But I don't like doing it because, again, it's a lot to edit out.
I know.
Yes. Well, good. So this one might come out a little bit later, depending on how lazy I am.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It's only been 38 minutes in.
No, but I'm saying it might come out later than it normally would because I have to edit out.
That's fine.
And Audacity is acting a fool right now.
That's weird.
I know.
Is it still like that?
Yeah, it's getting a little bit better, but I don't know what's going on with it. I need to find a new program. But I really like Audacity, and part of it is just laziness on my part because I know how to use it. Because before we did our podcast together, and I did that one with Charming Tempest, I would always edit ours with Audacity. Mm-hmm. So I just know how to use it, with some degree of confidence. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There we go there, Jaylo. Well, I'm happy for your friend. I hope that her parents did not get kinkled by her. And
it's possible that the parents are still alive. I don't know if they're together anymore, but it was a crazy family situation.
Nice.
And yeah. I mean, she was a good friend, but it was just like she was so troubled.
I always hate having troubled friends because
it's very sad.
What can you really do at the end of the day?
You can't. It's hard. You can't. I mean, I think there is hope for them, but they want to they have to want to get that help
Mm-hmm.
and um and change their life around for the better.
And even then, it's difficult because you could want to change, but sometimes the process can be so overwhelming that you don't really know where to begin.
That's true, but they have to start somewhere.
I get that, but that doesn't make it any easier.
No, but life isn't easy anyway. We have to work. We have to go through things. We have to work hard at things. Life isn't going to be easy like that.
But some people have it way harder than others.
Yeah, they do.
And I'm not talking about you and me where, things are shitty in our childhood. I'm talking about some people have a like next level difficulty.
That's true.
So it's a complicated thing, babes.
But I really admire the people that are willing to change it for themselves when they become adults. Like they become better parents, or they become better friends, or they become a mentor.
I do, and at the same time I think to myself, what's the point? Because you're going to be dead anyway. And if there's no afterlife, or you know what I mean? There is judgment, but it's not judged on the things we think it's going to be judged on, then why do it?
I think there's a point.
Mm.
I just think that you refuse to see it right now because you don't know where to start.
Interesting. Squeezing my ear. You don't need to squeeze my nose.
Why?
Because
it's a cute nose.
Yeah, but you could break it. And if you break it, you're going to yell at me for breaking it.
I'm not going to break your nose. I have to really, really
There's repetitive injuries, babes.
No, but Bubs, I'm not going to break your nose.
Oh my goodness.
I have to take a hammer to it or something.
You say that, but if you break it, it'll be like, Bubs, get over it.
No, I'm not going to break your nose.
Oh my goodness.
Your nose isn't that fragile. I mean,
hope not, babes.
It's not like you broke it a bunch of times and you have to reset it again.
That's true.
No, right?
Well, I love you, babes.
I love you too.
Yeah, you still sound a little bit tired, even though you took a nap.
I took a 30-minute nap. I'm not that tired.
Good. Because you still got to set up your phone and all that stuff.
Let's talk about dinner last night, because we did not talk about that. It turned out really good, actually.
We did our chicken...
puff pastry chicken.
Recipe, puff pastry style, with bacon, chopped up some boomers.
Mushrooms. Regular mushrooms, baby Bellas, not the boomers.
And what, babes? What? Why are you so ornery?
Because I can be.
Because I can be.
And sometimes you're ornery.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, sometimes you are.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, we had that with parsley, mushrooms, bacon, Swiss cheese. It was super good.
Our big issue, though, was we wanted 4 breasts, and we got 1 huge one.
Yeah, which I did not. That's a tough thing because it'll say, in my buy it again portion of Instacart, it will say buy it again, blah, 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 blah. So I bought it, but then it wasn't clear on what thing I was going to get. And I got it, and it's like, what?
Oh.
Yeah, but we made it work.
It was good.
It was good.
I really enjoyed it last night.
I enjoyed it immensely.
The guy, Brian, on YouTube, did a chopped beef recipe.
Chopped cheese?
Chopped cheese, I guess he's calling the sandwich.
Yeah.
A few months ago. We're not going to do mayonnaise because I don't like eggs, but everything else from it we're making.
Yeah, we're going to use ketchup, and I guess the cheese is going to act as a binding agent or something.
I'm excited.
Me too. It's going to be cheesy and beefy and so good. I don't know if we need to use all the beef. I guess we could use...
I think so, because we're going to want 2 sandwiches each.
Yeah, I may just want 1.
Oh, I'm going to want 2.
Or maybe 2, I don't know.
Yeah. I thought about trying to lose some weight recently, babes.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought if things are just going to end at some point, then why?
Because
you live it up.
Because you want to be healthy. You don't want to be a blob.
Yeah, I'm going to die anyway. What? Ow.
Get the cynicism out of your bubs. And if this is a way to do it, I'll do it.
Oh my God. What are you doing?
Get in your armpit.
Oh my goodness.
Because your arm was open. Okay, enough.
I thought we were getting cynicism out.
What?
I thought we were getting cynicism out. Or do we want to tickle a truce?
No, I was the one getting cynicism out. Cynicism out of
So
you.
no tickle truce? Okay. Well, in that case.
Ow! Okay, you're hurting me, Bub.
Oh my goodness. All right.
You are.
All I was doing is tickling you.
Your nails hurt.
My nail.
Okay,
So
okay.
are you trucing or beefing?
Whoosh now.
I can guess now. I'm excited for these sandwiches, babes.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be fun.
I do think that if you want to lose weight, you should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to balloon up to 300 pounds just because you think that your life is gonna end soon.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Well, and we know there's an existential crisis I've been having since the pandemic of what does anything matter? Things feel a lot more random now than they used to. So, like, why sacrifice any joy if it doesn't make any difference in the long term?
Because life is worth living.
So, like, you could say, okay, well, Rick, would you want to be healthy because, like, you don't want to, I don't know, catch diabetes in 2 months or whatever. But if I sacrifice things, then we'll find out through the news that sacrificing things causes diabetes or lung cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the news isn't the end all be all of everything. I mean, sometimes the news can tell you give you some really bad advice.
That's true.
You know, I mean, depending on what news you're watching, you could be getting like a really bad piece of advice.
Yes.
And I think I think that we should take care of ourselves so that we can be around for the people that we love and care about for a while. You know, you don't have to die at 40. 40 isn't over the hill yet.
Well, good.
I'd like to live to be at least 90.
Wow.
Hey, why not? My grandma's almost 90.
That's true.
You know, she's getting older, but she still does stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
You know?
Well, good, babes.
I think there's so much things to experience in life that you don't have to, you know, you can make such a difference. There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
It's not your time to go yet, bub.
Well, good.
I don't want you to go yet.
I'm glad to hear that there, Jaylo.
Yeah.
Yes. I will give you my ashes. But actually, what I want you to do, babes, you already know about passing out the recordings. But I would also like you to have my body stuffed and placed in your bed. So anytime you want to have some fun.
I am not going to do that. That's disgusting.
Why?
Because I don't want a stuffed replica of you. I want to let you go.
Oh, okay.
I'd like for you to go because I'm gonna have to accept that you're gone. I don't want a stuffed Rick.
Interesting. Well, that's actually a pretty good point.
Thank you. I don't want a stuffed replica of you with your ashes and all I smell is your ashes and
No, they're gonna stuff me, babes. So they're gonna like embalm me so I don't like smell or bugs don't start eating me. And then they'll stuff me, I guess, with paper or something. And then you'll just have me on your bed all the time.
No, I don't want that.
Okay. That way you can tell people every night I sleep with a dead man. But no, I'm not Mormon.
Oh my goodness.
Because isn't that thing where they'll marry dead people or something?
No. They baptize the dead, or they try to baptize somebody in the name of a dead person.
Interesting.
They don't marry dead people.
Nice.
No. You can't marry a dead person.
I know, but that's why I thought it was a weird thing.
No, it's like a baptism of the dead thing for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you have options, babes, is what I'm saying. I will leave my body to you.
No, I'd like for you to be put in a coffin if that's, possible and put somewhere in the ground.
Anything's possible. That's going to cost some money, babes.
I know. Or, but it's not going to matter because you're going to be dead.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care if I'm in a coffin, but I'm thinking for your sake.
Cremate you.
That's why you want me stuffed, so you can still, have some fun.
I don't want you stuffed.
Okay.
Because I that would be too hard.
Nice.
I wouldn't be able to hug you anymore. It would just be a stuffed you.
I'm sorry, my mind just went to the end of Clerks when was it? I think it was Veronica had sex. No, it was Caitlin had sex with the dead guy.
Uh-huh.
That was a great scene.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yes. A family entertainment, babes.
No, it's not.
Family entertainment.
No, it's porn.
Oh. Well, they didn't show them doing it on camera.
Necrophilia.
It was just referenced.
Oh. Necrophilia.
Oh my goodness. I love you, babes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's glorified necrophilia.
Speaking of movies, Jaylo.
Yeah?
In the 1990s,
Mm-hmm.
I'm over at a friend of my mom's, and he's watching a movie called Forbidden Planet.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Star Trek was very influenced by this film, which made me sit down and watch it. And honestly, if I was the producers of Forbidden Planet, I might have considered a lawsuit against Gene Roddenberry.
Wow.
Who is the creator of Star Trek, over this, I love Star Trek. And I think, all things considered, it ended up being more important to our pop culture than Forbidden Planet. But you can't say that the original series wasn't influenced heavily by this movie. What do you think after seeing it?
I guess there's a reason. I mean, what am I trying to say? I guess that I can understand why people would think that Forbidden Planet or Star Trek stole stuff from Forbidden Planet, but I like the movie. I mean, I was tired. But I really like the robot. Robbie was the one that took the men to another planet, right?
No,
it was a different robot.
No, there's no robot who did that. I think what you're conflating is at the end, they make him the navigator of the ship.
No. What I mean is, remember when the professor was in a different planet and they were trying to rescue him?
He wasn't in a different planet. He was in his house.
Oh.
And Robbie was blocking people from getting in to see Morbius.
Oh, but who was the person? Who was the driver of that vehicle that took Leslie Nielsen's character? And
it was Robbie, but he didn't drive them to another planet. They landed on the planet, and Robbie took them from the location where the ship was to see Professor Morbius.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did Professor Morbius? What was he trying to do?
He was into Morbiusing.
Oh my goodness.
No, a dumb joke. Okay, so basically, he was part of a crew that had crash landed on this planet like 18 years ago. Most of them died except for Professor Morbius and his wife. But the wife died, I think, during childbirth of their daughter not too long later.
Uh-huh.
And Morbius discovered this ancient civilization who had created all this really cool technology. And so what Morbius was trying to do was exploit their technology to the best of his abilities.
Interesting.
Yeah, somebody was sweeping.
I was trying to stay awake. I was very tired yesterday. But I liked what I saw of the movie. It was really good.
Nice. She saw like 30 seconds.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Bubs, you're on me.
No, I love you,
just
babes.
Like you were on me earlier.
No, when I say earlier?
You're on me.
What? I don't even know what I said earlier.
You were on me.
I don't even know what you were referencing. What did I say?
I'm sure you said something, but
Oh my goodness. I'm sure you're guilty of something, Bob.
No.
Yeah, and it's called Loving You.
Oh my goodness. Loving me.
Yeah. I like this movie.
I thought it was fun.
Good stuff.
It was good stuff. Leslie Nielsen was probably in his 30s, right?
That's my assumption.
Wow, it's so weird seeing him so young. Just because he was, I remember in his older stuff.
I mean,
with the Naked Gun.
Yeah, to me, he's always going to be, Frank Drebin from Police School.
Exactly.
But this is a close second. This is my favorite Leslie Nielsen movie outside of the Naked Gun trilogy.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff.
What can we learn about greed from watching Forbidden Planet?
I don't know, because I didn't quite get that when I
Honey, Bob.
I was tired. What would you say?
Well, Morbius is obsessed with this alien technology. And to the point where his subconscious is killing off anybody who wants to get in the way of him exploring what the technology can do for himself.
Right.
And so to me, it's a very powerful message of if you take greed too far, you're going to end up destroying the lives of the people around you and then yourself.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
No. That's good because I don't know this movie very well.
I haven't seen it in about 25 years.
Wow.
But in total, this is maybe my 10th time watching it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you haven't seen it in 25 years?
That's what I just said.
No, I know.
Yes.
So you must have saw it a lot. Did you see it like, did you have a video cassette recording of it?
I had the VHS. I thought I told you that.
I don't remember.
Oh.
You had a lot of VHS tapes.
I did.
Well, that's how we were back then.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Well, I'd analyze it more with you, but you weren't really awake.
I wasn't.
But then we saw a film about a man who fell in love with a woman who was half pig.
That's why you were ornery, Bubs.
What?
Last night, too.
No, but I was joking, boy.
Okay. Johnny, I'll just give the brief synopsis because
of a movie called The Wild One.
The Wild One with crazy Marlon Brando.
Yes,
because he was a crazy man.
Luckily, there was no butter in this film, even though his love interest was half pig.
Boobs.
All right.
She wasn't half pig. Stop it, you pig boy.
Oh my goodness. And that was a joke because in the movie her dad was a cop.
Okay. Bubs.
What?
Stop it.
Weren't you telling me, babes, during the movie some slogan that you wanted Black Lives Matter to adopt?
No, they did adopt it.
What was it?
It was like they were calling police officers pigs, and they kept chanting "pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon," and you can find it.
Oh.
Somewhere on the internet.
Okay, for some reason I thought that was like a slogan
No, Bubs. See, you're ornery again.
Alana's dad used to be a cop.
Yeah, a civilian police officer.
Oh.
So you watch it, Bubs. He's got a gun. He can shoot your head off.
Yeah, but he doesn't listen to this.
Let go of my hand.
And if he does, let's just say that I'm reading from the script that Alana gave me before we started recording today. But tell me about The Wild One.
You operate on no script.
Oh my goodness. Don't squeeze my nose. Tell me about The Wild One instead. Oh my goodness, you squeeze it.
It's a cute nose.
Thank you.
It's not broken.
Not yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So Johnny is this guy played by Marlon Brando who's in a motorcycle gang, and they're causing problems around this town. I guess they go to different towns. And he meets this woman named Kathy in some bar. Am I correct? She works at a bar.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. And he's trying to get with this girl, and she's not taking the bait. And then some time goes on, and her father walks into the bar, and he finds out that the dad is one of the town police officers. And Kathy was like, "Oh, Dad, can I make you a steak sandwich?" And he frequented the place that she worked at. And now Johnny is saying, I don't want to be with this girl. Her father's a cop. And gets all upset. And go on and fill in some gaps here, Bubs.
Okay. There's Johnny and his gang separated from another group called the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
And this film was an influence on the actual band, the Beatles, because this, came out like 10 years before Love Me Do.
Right.
Roughly.
Roughly.
Yeah, don't call me on it if it was 9.5, bro. But anyways.
Okay.
So the Beatles come, and there's a little bit of a conflict. The main leader gets taken away, Johnny's upset. The town is being overrun by these hoodlums. And Johnny goes away with your girl,
Kathy,
to have some fun, but he ends up pushing her to the ground. She leaves. She goes back to the town. He goes back. They throw something at his motorcycle as he's leaving.
tire iron.
Yeah, it kind of like goes sideways and ends up killing somebody. And he was leaving the town because after he came back, a couple of the townspeople decided that they were going to torture him. But the father of your girl Kathy steps in, stops that from happening.
Yeah.
After this accident, they bring in, some more powerful people to investigate. And Kathy and her dad decide to stand up for Marlon Brando.
Which I never understood.
Right. And Brando's just like, I'm not going to thank you. You're a pig and your daughter's part ham.
Oh my goodness.
And he rides off into the sunset after giving her the trophy that he had won by being like a motorcycle driver.
I liked the movie, but I didn't understand the girl. I didn't know why she stood up for Johnny, even though Johnny was giving her mixed signals.
Mm-hmm.
And he was rough with her. And him and his gang were causing all these problems, and she still wanted to stick up for him, even though she left him behind. I never got it.
I am forced to agree with you.
You're forced to agree with me?
Yep.
What does that mean?
It means I agree with you, even though I don't want to. But you speak the truth.
You don't want to agree with me?
You speak the truth about this movie. I wish it was better. I guess would be a better way to frame it.
Okay.
Marlon Brando's really good in it.
Mm-hmm.
This was in the period to where he wasn't super rich yet, so he actually had to show up and act in a movie.
Yeah.
Right? So he gives a really good performance, but the movie itself isn't that good.
No, and I don't know that they had, him and Kathy had, I don't know, did you think that they had chemistry?
They were okay together, but it didn't blow me out of the water. It's not like Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell and His Girl Friday.
Oh no, that was an awesome movie. That was a really fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that one. But the girl, I just didn't get, why would you stand up for some guy that you love, even though he doesn't seem to love you?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't get it. And I don't know why because her dad wasn't even going to do anything about it.
No.
He's like, well, what can I do? I mean, he's only going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would agree with her dad, but I just didn't know why he would stand up for him.
What would you give this film on a scale of 1 to 10?
A week 7.
Would you recommend it to your family? If so, why?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't get I didn't get that part of the movie. I mean, they might enjoy it, but I don't know. I think they would enjoy Forbidden Planet more.
Nice.
Because Forbidden Planet was a good one.
Yes.
When I was awake, of course.
For the 2 minutes you saw.
No, I didn't. It wasn't for 2 minutes.
Okay. Good.
Why are you obsessed with the number 2?
No, but you are.
I am not.
Yeah.
With a number 2.
Oh my goodness. Well, babes.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. Did you have any dreams?
No.
I did not.
Oh, good.
I should quit.
Good. All right, babes. I guess we're gonna wrap it up. Give me a kiss.
Okay. Bubs, stop sounding like you're constipated.
Oh my goodness, that's your job.
No, it's you. Mama said there'll be days like this.
I wonder how that artist felt. Like her song was completely ruined because it's featured in the constipation commercial.
Yeah, I still like that song. I mean, it made.
I know, but every time I hear it, I think of the commercial.
It may have been in a stool softener or whatever commercial it was, but I still like the song.
If I was the artist, they probably screwed whoever that was out of the publishing rights.
That was the Shirelles.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was that was the Shirelles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, good. And they're the ones who sued George Harrison, right?
That's the Chiffons.
That's the Chiffons, okay.
No, the Chiffons did He's So Fine.
Nice.
The Shirelles sang Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow?
Oh, okay.
With I forgot what the lead singer of the.
For some reason, I thought that was Ronnie Spector who sang that.
No. Just Shirelles.
Nice. Well, very good, babes. Well, apparently I have a lot to learn about music there, Jay. Well, but
you gotta listen to their voice.
On the bright side, I do know who Smokey Robinson is.
And Phil Spector.
Yes.
It just blows my mind, Bubs.
Yep.
Blows my mind to no end.
Yes.
I just don't know.
Well, babes.
Yeah.
We are gonna wrap this up.
Wrap it up in a bow, as they say.
All right, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.